Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? It's your man Esco First Show in the building. You know what time it is, y'all. It's Thankful Thursday. Grind time, baby. It's time to get real intense about navigating towards your destination. Come on, y'all. Y'all know what it is. It's Thankful Thursday. Are y'all ready to be thankful today? You should. If you woke up, that's enough. If nothing else happened to you today, we can say, what? I'm thankful. But hey, I'm going to let you say it. I'm going to say it for myself. I can't say it for you. I'm going to say this is Thankful Thursday. I'm going to say this is grind time. I'm going to say I'm getting real intense about navigating towards my destination. I can't speak for you, but I'm telling you how I'm doing it today. So you know what? Let's go in, y'all. For real. It's your man Esco First Show in the building. Let's get it. Okay. I'm going in, y'all, with the meditational, motivational quote of the day. Actually, though, yes, you kind of already heard it. Yeah, that was it right there. The song Blessings by Lecrae. So, here it is. If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I will never think that I'm better than the next man. I've been down before the come up, but I ain't stressing, because I'm too busy counting all my blessings. Let that breathe for a minute. Hit that one more time. If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I will never think that I'm better than the next man. I've been down before the come up. I ain't stressing, because I'm too busy counting all my blessings. That's what we're doing today on Thankful Thursday. We counting our blessings, y'all. I don't know about y'all. I'm counting mine. I'm counting them every day. I'm counting them all day. I'm counting them every second of the day. Because like I said in the beginning, just the fact that I woke up this morning, that's enough to be thankful. If God didn't do nothing else for me today, I'm going to be thankful on this Thursday for that. For what? Sound in my ears, sight in my eyes, speech in my voice, in my mouth. So that's what I'm trying to tell you today. Like the song said, like the quote said, I ain't stressing. He said it. If I ever took a loss, what? He said he was down before the come up. What? So that's what I'm trying to tell you on this Thankful Thursday. Listen, we all been there. We all had losses. We all had situations happen to us. But it ain't what happened to us. It's what we do with those things. It's how we look at them before, doing, and after. Sometimes we got to step back and be like, you know what, God, I messed up. Yeah, I know I talked to y'all about the woulda, coulda, shouldas, but sometimes you got to go through them. Sometimes you got to roll it in your mind. And you got to go, you know what, I woulda, I shoulda, I wish I coulda, but you can't. Only thing you can do is be thankful that God brought you through. Be thankful that you're still here. Be thankful that you're able to continue on and press on through whatever the situation was. I know we all have stuff, all have things that happen to us. But again, like I keep saying, like the song said, if I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. That's the thing we got to do today. How many lessons have you learned? How many of those life tests are you still taking over and over and over again? So yeah, you may take a loss, but did you learn from it? Did you grow from it? You know, some of y'all know my story. One of my losses was back in '98. I went to prison. But one thing that struck me about that situation was the guy that gave me my first job when I came home, he interviewed me and he asked me, he said, was it worth it? And I told the man, I said, well, you know what? I said, I got to say yes and no. I said no for what it cost me with my family and my livelihood. I said, but yeah, it was worth it because I grew and matured from it. Like the song said, if I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. And that was a loss that I took. But I learned a lesson from that. And see, that's the thing. Have you taken the time to learn from the lessons, the losses, and the lessons in those losses that happen in your life? It's okay if something happens. It's like when you was a kid and you riding your bike. Yeah, you may fall and scrape your knee, but when you got up and got back on it, did you realize why you fell? What caused you to fall? And you got that memory of that skint knee to remind you of that. See, I got the memory of my record, my past, to remind me of what I did and where I was at. But the thing about it, I'm not allowing that to keep me there mentally or emotionally. I'm no longer there physically. You no longer have that situation on you physically, but are you still there mentally and emotionally? That's the thing that you got to realize, that, yeah, we all take losses. We all have things happen to us, but are you still there? Are you still stuck in that thing to the point where you can't move on? You can't move forward. See, that's why, like the other part of the song said, I never think I'm better than the next man. You know, I don't never think that, because you hear the quote say, if it wasn't for the grace of God, there go I. You know what I'm saying? I see people standing out holding signs on the street. I see people, homeless and all type of situations. I'm sitting here thinking, but not the grace of God, there go I. I still got people that I know that are locked up now. And I sit here and think, if it wasn't for the grace of God, there go I. So I never think I'm better than the next man. In fact, I want to try and help and encourage and support the next man, especially my fellow men and women that were in the situation that I was in. Because I know it's hard even to have a job, even to try and have a successful life and a livelihood outside of that scenario. I went through my struggles, but I can say I was honestly blessed, and God provided open doors and ways for me. But had I kept that same mentality of thinking, you know what? They're going to look at me a certain way. They're going to think a certain thing. They're going to feel. See, I had to change my whole persona. Before that time frame, I was this person. Now that I'm no longer part of that lifestyle and part of that scenario, I had to change my whole outlook. See, it wasn't what people saw of me. It's what I portrayed to them. It was the mirror that they saw of me, the reflection of how I felt and thought about myself on the inside. I didn't walk in as someone who just came out of prison or someone who has a record. I came to them as a man and saying, hey, this is me now. This is who I am. This is what I bring to the table. This is what my skill set, my ability, my gifts, my talents, my passion is right now. And so I was able to use that, and they're able to look past the situation of the past and the things that I brought, that some of the time, like some people say, that baggage that people carry with them. I didn't carry that with me. I left that back there. And that's one thing that we oftentimes struggle with on a daily sometimes. Maybe not your situation wasn't that extreme. Maybe it's just a simple, and I don't mean to minimize, but maybe it's something, whatever the case may be, you fill in the blank for that. But the thing I want to encourage you with today is, don't allow that situation to drag you, to be dragging behind you, and keep you bound and keep you burdened, keep you, maybe you weren't physically incarcerated, or maybe there's a mental or a spiritual or emotional incarceration. And to where you don't feel like you can go forward and you can be successful and have a life. Am Am I living my best life? I strive for it daily. But I don't have to worry about the things in my past with that situation, that scenario, and that lifestyle. And that's what I want to encourage you today. If you ever took a loss, did you learn a lesson from it? And if you did, then you can do like the song say, you can keep counting all your blessings. Because one thing about it, if you learned a lesson, there is blessings after the lesson. It's just like when you take a test in school. If you studied, if you sit down and did your homework and your due diligence, that grade was going to be a passing grade. That was going to be your blessing to pass you on to the next level, to the next test, to the next stage of your life. And that in itself is a blessing. So I just want to encourage you on this Thankful Thursday, whatever it is, whether it be mentally, whether it be emotionally, or whether you actually did go through a physical incarceration or whatever kind. Break free from that. Let that thing free you and let you know that this is Thankful Thursday and you can be blessed and be free to know that if you ever took a loss, you learned a lesson. That you would never think you was better than the next man. And I know a lot of us have been down before the come up, so we ain't going to stress it. Why? Because on this Thankful Thursday, we're too busy counting all of our blessings. That's what we doing on Thankful Thursday. And like I always tell you, it's your man Esco for show in the building. It's grind time, baby. And if God gave you 10 toes and you put them down this morning, that means he kept you around to do something. So guess what? It's grind time, baby. Let's get it. Esco out.